What's up, Titans? Today, I'm going to introduce you to a very simple routine that I do first thing every single morning that has positively changed my life in so many ways, and I'm confident it'll do the same for you. And I'm not alone in this. Podcaster Joe Rogan does this routine. 4-Hour Workweek author Tim Ferriss does this routine. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt Dan Borovic does this routine. And many others out there are all benefiting from this amazing method. At the very least, you'll feel more energized before you even start your day than you've ever felt before. But at the very most, it will not only strengthen your vascular system, but it will bolster your immunity in ways you never thought possible, help you burn even more calories, improve the health of your skin and hair, and even speed up your heart's recovery rate after exercise. You're going to want to try this. I'm talking about the Wim Hof Method. You may know Wim as the Iceman. He set 16 world records for exposure to ice. But all that pales in comparison to what he gives the rest of us mere mortals in terms of regaining control over aspects of our lives previously thought impossible. First, I'm going to talk to you about what I've learned from Wim Hof and introduce you to his concepts, but then I'm going to show them to you. The first is breathing. Apparently, we humans have forgotten, or maybe we never even knew, how to implement specific breathing techniques that change our body chemistry, temporarily increasing the ratio of oxygen to CO2 and creating a slightly more alkaline environment in our systems, such that we give ourselves a serious advantage when defending against viral and bacterial attacks. It's an arresting thought, really, to think that we already possess such a powerful force within us that is capable of doing such extraordinary things. Yet so few of us even know about it, let alone do it. Now, increasing our body's total oxygen levels positively affects the production of ATP, which is muscle energy. But it also prevents the production of lactic acid. And as if this weren't enough, Wim's breathing method also reduces the body's inflammatory response mechanisms. Now, we already know inflammation is bad, but this particular breathing technique reduces our body's inflammatory markers by as much as half. Number 2, cold exposure. Right after we complete our breathing exercises, we expose ourselves to what feels like extreme cold for a very short time, usually in the form of a cold shower. I take a 5-minute pure cold water shower immediately after completing my daily breathing. And the effects of this part of Wim's method is nothing short of magic. For starters, this kind of cold exposure causes our lymph vessels and ducts, which are responsible for eliminating the body's waste, to constrict, drain, and squeeze out any waste that might exist, like infections or parasites. Here again, isn't it nice to know that we're capable of manually triggering a daily cleanse of our lymphatic systems? Along those same lines, cold showers stimulate the production of leukocytes, which are blood cells specifically related to our immune system, ultimately helping us to build massive resistance to illness. The process also triggers our body's production of brown fat, which contains far more mitochondria than typical white fat. You can think of mitochondria as little engines that burn calories to produce heat, but here's the best part: brown fat burns white fat. It's a double win. Cold showers also reduce skin itchiness and irritation, which actually makes perfect sense. Hot water normally used in showers causes skin pores to open and the oil within to seep out, leaving skin extremely dry. This makes psoriasis, dermatitis, and eczema a lot worse. Cold showers do the exact opposite. They close pores and protect internal oils. Then there's the concept of improved heart rate recovery. A 2019 study published in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research found that athletes who took cold showers after cycling for 45 minutes in 95-degree weather normalized their heart rates far more quickly than those who did not take cold showers. And then finally, energy. Even if none of the aforementioned benefits existed, I would still do my breathing exercises and take cold showers every day. My energy level, attitude, and straight-up euphoria is so high afterward. Seriously, you gotta try this stuff.
Okay, let's talk about this. Wim Hof recommends doing our breathing exercises on an empty stomach, which is why I always do mine first thing in the morning. First, we lie down on our backs in a completely relaxed manner. and then quickly inhale from the diaphragm, completely filling our lungs, and then allowing the air to escape naturally and not forcing the lungs to empty themselves. That's 1 round. Normally we do anywhere between 30 to 60 rounds per set, and we do 3 or 4 sets. I'm going to speed this up so you don't have to watch it in real time. When you first try this, you will feel a good bit of lightheadedness, perhaps some tingling throughout your body, your face might begin to feel hot, and you might even experience a little ringing in your ears. These are perfectly natural physiological responses and will not harm you. I got used to them really quickly, and now when I experience them, I know I'm on the right track. At the end of 30 or 40 rounds, or however many we do, we allow the last full breath of air to escape naturally, and then we go into what's called breath retention, which means no more breathing. I'm going to put this back in real time because I want you to get a sense for how long you can actually not breathe on empty lungs after doing just 1 set of breathing exercises. The first time I did this, I was unreservedly surprised by how long I was able to not breathe on empty lungs. The Wim Hof Method has us write down all of our times every time. And the reason is clear, it's really just proof that you really can saturate your body and your bloodstream with a lot of oxygen. So much so that you don't have to breathe for several minutes if you don't want to. Now I'm going to reiterate what Wim always says, and that is that breathing exercises are only to be done at home, on a bed, couch, or the floor, and are never to be done while driving or when you're in the water. It gets pretty interesting when you get to the end of your breathing set right before retention. My mind enters almost a dreamlike state. It's pretty neat. And the best part is that after you complete 3 or 4 sets of breathing, you immediately take your cold shower. And when you do that, all that oxygen you've saturated throughout your system is going to get pushed through every vessel and capillary from the cold water. It's a magical combination. Among the many benefits of the Wim Hof Method, one of the most exciting things about it to me is the scientific evidence behind how this works. I encourage you to look this up for yourself and find out just how these breathing exercises increase the body's natural anti-inflammatory mechanisms. And when done correctly, even if you do catch a virus, you have far fewer symptoms and a more swift normalization of fevers and cortisol levels, which are the direct result of the anti-inflammatory response from the breathing. As you can see, I'm coming up on 2 full minutes of no breathing on empty lungs. Hopefully you've noticed no movement in my diaphragm or my rib cage. Again, I'm always amazed by how long you can go. When we finally do feel the urge to breathe, we take in a full breath and hold for 15 seconds. That's 1 set. I do 4 sets in a row. Takes me about 20 minutes. Next, cold showers. Once again, I'm speeding up this clip so you don't have to watch the whole 5-minute shower. Now, if you've never tried one, believe me, I understand any trepidation you might be feeling about it. I was right there with you when I first started. Your first one will feel a bit brutal, but try to remember all the good things that are happening as a result. You'll want to gradually introduce yourself to cold water, and the easiest way to do that is, at the end of a hot shower, just turn off the hot tap and leave the cold water running, even if it's just for 30 seconds. Do this for a full week. And on the second week, go for a full minute, and increase your duration by 1 minute per week, and in about a month or so, you'll be doing a full 5 minutes like me. I almost never use hot water anymore, and I usually take 2 of these a day, 1 in the morning and 1 right before bed. And every time, I can't believe how good I feel afterward. It brings about a near childlike giddiness that almost seems silly, but it's such a nice feeling. I've spoken to a lot of other people out there who are also doing the Wim Hof Method, and they all say the same things I'm saying. There really is something to this, to the point that it makes me wonder how much else we don't know about ourselves. Things that, if we knew, we could permanently change for the better. What's really cool about this, no pun intended, is how the water doesn't feel cold anymore. It feels a little cool, but certainly not ice cold like it did in the beginning. The body is amazing in its ability to adapt.
Awesome. Man, you gotta try this. What I've shown you is really just the beginning of this whole method, and if you're at all interested in giving this a serious try, then I suggest you hop over to wimhofmethod.com like I did, and purchase his fundamentals course. It's the very same 10-week method I purchased, and I swear it's changed my whole world. And I know it'll do the same thing for you. And in my opinion, it's worth far more than what he's charging. All right, that's it. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, show me some love by hitting the like button. And by all means, comment below if you'd like me to cover anything specific in future videos. And don't forget to click the subscribe button so you'll never miss any new releases. See you on the next one.